Good morning, guys. It's a little after 4 a.m. and I'm recording a second or a new video for this morning. Pardon my voice. It's 4 in the morning and I'm on my first cup of coffee, but I got to get this taken care of as fast as possible. War has been declared on the people of the United States. Pure and simple. I know a few of you emailed me this. I was watching it last night as you did. If you didn't pay attention to what was going on last night, and I don't blame you for not watching the news, the Department of Justice and the FBI, Merrick Garland, remember the guy who's completely butthurt because he's not on the Supreme Court? Yeah, that guy. Decided that it would be appropriate to raid Mar-A-Lago, break into Trump's house, break into Trump's safe using a safe cracker, okay, to get in there, with the excuse of they're trying to find documents, classified documents that Trump has never given back to the Washington system, whatever it is. The National Archives want these documents. Of course, from early reports they didn't find anything. The safe was empty. I mean, what was it? Axios, I think, yesterday put out a picture that there were torn up pieces of paper in the presidential toilet. And this apparently, oh my God, Trump was trying to get rid of documentation by flushing it down the toilet. I'm sorry, guys, he ain't a drug dealer, okay? Flushing it down the toilet, that was, big deal. It's a picture of a toilet with some paper in the bottom of it. You know what? I'd go in my bathroom right now and do the same thing. And I could say, look at this, right? This is completely overstepping the bounds. War has been declared on, let's say 74 million Americans, okay? The official count of people that voted for Trump. It's not declared on 74 million people, though. It's declared on 335 million people. Because if Merrick Garland and the Department of Justice and the FBI think that they can go raid a former president's house on the flimsiest of flimsy evidence, yes, I understand some probably Obama-appointed judge signed off on a warrant, hey, judge, you know what? I'll buy you an extra bottle of 12-year-old scotch if you sign this. Okay. There's plenty of judges who are in cahoots with Merrick Garland, okay? Remember, this guy was a judge, okay? He has friends. There's a satanic party if you ever wanted one. But if they can raid Trump's house on no evidence whatsoever, or the flimsiest of evidence, let's put it that way, there had to be something that was probably lied about. I mean, I don't know, Russia. Let's think about that. Think what they can do to you. They have now just declared war on the American population. I'm going to tell you this. Dan Bongino said it, and I'd say the same thing too. Republicans may not be the solution to your problem, but Democrats certainly are the cause. There's no question there. Let me ask you this. We have pictures of scraps of paper in a toilet. No verification of it whatsoever again. And that's enough, apparently, to get a warrant to break into a president's house. Please tell me why the proof of Hunter Biden smoking crack on camera and posting it to social media, Hunter Biden's laptop, the evidence, the first-person testimony of 10% to the big guy, Why haven't there been raids on Hunter Biden's house? Wonder. Hillary Clinton. Let me see. What was that? Acid washing some 30,000 emails after there was a warrant for their release. Why wasn't anything ever done to her? Okay. John Brennan, James Comey, how about them? Lying, in the intelligence community, lying over and over and over again about Russia, Russia, Russia. How about Adam Schiff, who said, I have evidence. I have evidence of Trump's collusion with Russia. Why wasn't his house ever raided after it was proved that the whole Russia collusion deal was a hoax? If he has evidence, let me see what you have. Because creating false evidence, Adam, is a crime. Lying to Congress is a crime. We could go on and on and on. I told you a month and a half ago, prepare for a crazy time before November, because the Democrats are going to throw the baby out with the bathwater with every crazy thing they can do. In the last 48 hours, they have now approved $700 billion worth of spending, i.e. new taxes, okay, and raided a former president's house. While we're in an economic crisis, inflation like crazy, a food shortage, a water shortage, a supply chain crisis, a crisis at the border, you think they're panicked? I told you they were going to be. Every poll, every single one of them that comes out shows that Trump would trounce Biden in 2024 if the election were held today. I mean, he's up by anywhere between 3 and 8%. Okay. Now, I'm going to qualify this real quick because I am not one that believes in it. And I say this every time I hear those polls. Show me a poll that shows that he's up 3 to 8% on the electoral count, and I'll be happy. The popular vote means nothing to me, okay? Sure, if he's up 3% in the popular vote, big freaking deal. Doesn't matter. If you don't win the electoral vote, you don't win. Hillary Clinton supposedly won the popular vote by $3 million, and thank God she was never put in the White House. They're panicked. I mean, when you have Democrats that are now funding Liz Cheney, Democrats funding Liz Cheney, and Liz Cheney taking that money. Granted, the Wyoming Republican Party excommunicated her, okay, but she's still running as a Republican. Go into this. There are people that have been falsely imprisoned now for 1.5 years in Washington, D.C. You know what I'm talking about. Where no charges have been brought against them. The ones who have been charged, one of two things have either happened to them. Either they have, I think there's one guy who's actually been convicted. The others have taken a plea bargain, and the ones who actually went to court have all been acquitted except for one. Okay? But they've spent over 1 year in incarceration. This is the Democrat playbook. This is straight out of Hitler's Germany, out of Stalin's Russia, okay? Everybody that says we're a banana republic, we're a third world country, this is what third world countries do. I mean, what's next? State-sponsored assassinations? Oh my God, Trump's going to beat me in the election. The people like him more. Better have him shot. Ask Hollywood. They don't. they'd agree with it. You should see some of the nasty comments that were made last night by the children in Hollywood. There was a funny one. The MSNBC commentary last night during this whole raid, where, mind you, tons and tons and tons of protesters, if you will, Trump supporters, went out and were raising nine kinds of hell, making noise, not breaking windows and burning buildings, supporting Trump out in front of Mar-A-Lago. Okay? The people support him. The elites don't. The elites are panicked. They're going to get their ass handed to them in 95 days or whatever it is. Kevin McCarthy told Merrick Garland publicly yesterday, get your documents in order and clear your schedule. The GOP has many crooked characters in it. I mean, crap, Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, I could go on and name many other ones, but those are the two worst. Somebody has to hold these people to accountable. Even during Watergate, okay, when they were investigating Nixon for the whole break into DNC headquarters and stuff like that, nobody ever broke into his house. The funny part is yesterday, the White House released a statement. They had no idea this was going on. If that doesn't tell you right there that this administration is utterly incompetent and should be removed immediately, I don't know what does. For the White House to say that their appointed head of the Department of Justice, who authorized the FBI to raid the home of a former president of the United States, and the current president of the United States knows nothing about it, that screams incompetence to me. The Democrats have declared war on the American citizenry. If they think this action is going to win them votes, oh, sure. The hardcore leftists, the Hollywood people and stuff like that are going, yay, get out the orange jumpsuit. Ain't happening, okay. You want an orange jumpsuit? Let's take a look at, I don't know, maybe some of the, Harvey Weinstein's, Kevin Spacey's, let's take a look at some of those people that need to be in orange jumpsuits, right? Your people. Love to put Rob Reiner or Bette Midler or Joy Behar in an orange jumpsuit, okay? But stupidity still isn't a crime in this country. The one who needs to watch out for the orange jumpsuit in this one is Merrick Garland and the judge who signed off on this warrant. Because if you don't think that there is going to be an investigation as to what the evidence is that allowed them to conduct a raid like this, I mean, remember your constitutional rights, guys. Okay. I want to see what happens with this one. But all I know is this was more than a shot across the bow. This was a declaration of war. And big if, the GOP shows a backbone, shows some balls, they need granted, they can't do anything in Congress because Pelosi and Schumer will, stop everything. But every single state attorneys general, every single governor needs to completely investigate the living crap out of the DNC right now. Sorry, we're raiding the DNC headquarters. We want forensic accounting right now of every freaking penny. Stacey Abrams, let me see all your financial records right now. Not asking you to give it to me in 2 weeks. I'm going to stand at your door. You either give it to me or I'm coming in. How about that? Oh my God, they can't do that. Really? You just broke into a former president's house because he scares the piss out of you that he's going to destroy you in our next election. Remember, he hasn't even announced he's running yet. And they're that afraid of him. Ron DeSantis, remember, Mar-A-Lago's in Florida, okay? So not only did you piss off Trump, but you did it on Ron DeSantis' land. Ron DeSantis came out and just completely blasted the liberals for this one. They didn't go after the number one candidate. They went after candidate number one and candidate number 1A at the same time. Don't shit where you eat. You get a lot of trouble, lefties. Because guess what? You just woke up the sleeping bear. I'll have the other video out for you shortly. Pinball out.